Cuba, largest island in the Caribbean. La Habana, capital city. Santiago de Cuba, second largest city, where Fidel Castro is buried. Nearby neighbors: Haiti, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, United States, Florida. Only 90 miles or 145 kilometers from Cuba, Mexico, and finally beautiful Jamaica to the south. A look at Old Havana, or Habana Vieja. In my vlogs so far, I've touched upon the Casa Enormous, Parque Central with the statue of Jose Marti, then the Hotel Inglaterra, where I had that wonderful breakfast buffet, and just to the south is the Capitolio, the former government building that's being renovated. I talked a lot about Calle Obispo, the pedestrian street that leads down into Old Havana, one of my favorite walks. Also, the sweet spot, I'd call it that, is the Plaza Vieja, the old square. Also, Calle Brazil, where I had that interview with Pedro, or Peter, the Cuban musician. So there's a lot more that I could do in Habana Vieja, but it's time to move on. So from my Casa Particular, Casa Enormous, I was very close to the Paseo del Marti, or the Prado, and that leads down to a wonderful area of Havana that a lot of people know about, and that's the Malecon, the seaside walk. Paseo Marti, or Prado, heading north towards the waterfront. Waterfront being the Bahia de Habana and the Straits of Florida to the north. The Malecon, all along here. 8 kilometers of wonderful driving and walking along Havana's waterfront. There. The location of my Casa Particular, Casa Enormous, just 2 blocks ahead to the left. It's looking better all the time. Here is a paseo, something like a paseo. Huge promenade leading down to the Malecon. Perhaps tonight I can catch a sunset. A bar that is named after this walk that I'm on, the Prado 264. And that walk leads from the Malecon down this way to the Congreso and the Hotel Inglaterra right there. Looking forward to tomorrow morning's breakfast. Wow! Ouch! Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, here comes the mob. It's Saturday noon y mira toda la gente que hay. Look at all the people which are on the Prado. Wonder whether this is something special or just a regular Saturday occurrence. Usually it's not that many people at all. I can't believe it, talking with this lady. I've stumbled upon a real estate exchange. All of these people here on the Prado are trying to sell their house or exchange it.
sell their house or exchange it. Right here, open market. See? People are advertising. This is how it works in Cuba. Amazing. Now, the word is permutar. Permutar means an exchange of houses with somebody else. Se vende is selling of a house. Permutar and se vende are the key words in the real estate market in Cuba. Truly a free market as people exchange information and try and pull off a transaction to sell their apartment.
Cubans are on a wild real estate ride. 5 years ago, President Raul Castro began letting homeowners buy and sell property as part of a government plan to boost investment and economic growth. However, only Cubans can buy legally, but foreigners can bend the rules by means of Cuban relatives or friends. Much of the money that goes into real estate is in the form of remittances from Miami expats to their remaining relatives. Most residents were given their homes by the state or took them over from family members as homes are passed from generation to generation. You can buy an apartment for less than $15,000 in working-class districts of Havana, and prices are even lower in rural areas. A 3-bedroom top-floor suite with a rooftop garden in the heart of the city sells for less than $70,000. The Cuban enigma: how can all this happen when the average monthly salary is about $35? As I walk along the Prado in Havana, I now have about a week left, and I have to reflect a little bit on my trip. Cuba has been an enormous education. You couldn't go to another place on earth that's like Cuba. Great view along the Prado. So right there is going to be the Hotel Prado, right on the Malecon. It's going to look good. Spanish hotel going up. The original hotel was Spanish, and the Spaniards are building another one right there in this prime location. The Malecon's right there, the Prado behind me. Hey, the sun is shining for the first time in 3 days. It's got to be good news. And people are all along here, just waiting for that sun to set. And you can see the skyline or the architecture along the Malecon. It's not quite Panama City. The panoramic view of Havana from La Torre, 31st floor from La Torre. That's the Hotel Nacional. That's the world famous Malecon, Seaside Drive and Walk. And low tide along the Malecon. Ooh, it's getting nicer. Isn't it interesting, Gadget?
a cell phone shot through a beer bottle. That should be good. What could be better than a sunset in Havana and a picture of Che Guevara at the same time? This is great. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
Luis Alejandro Paredes.
Okay. So, sitting like a spaceship on top of the water. On the Malecon, by myself, in the rain. Cuba. Expect the unexpected. The Malecon at night. Looks like there's nobody here, but there's hundreds and hundreds of people. I just walked about a kilometer. Hundreds of people just sitting. Saturday night on the Malecon, and you can see hundreds of people all along the Malecon for maybe 8 kilometers. That's what people do on Saturday night. What could be better? And sitting right there, come on, focus. Mucho gente. Mucho gente. The Malecon, Havana.